Hello, welcome in
Hi
to
guys.
the Talking Stick podcast and
Episode 22.
Happy Native American Heritage Month, November. We on the website we have a spin the wheel for your discount code. It's up to 40%. Check it out. All you have to do is type in your name and your email, and then it'll spin around, give your thing. It'll give you a discount code to check out with. It's been going good so far. It's been nice and fun. What do you have?
So today's, well, you want to show the shirts first?
Oh yeah, we got our shirts.
And then the sweater.
Has the
says our Indigenous Traditions.
Yep.
So you can use that discount code from Spinning the Wheel to get some of these items. And today's guest is Anthony Nevarez. We'll be waiting for him to come on. I think he's already there.
I'm gonna get this ready. Yeah, so we have she's going to Oakland to do vending.
Oh yeah, this coming weekend, this Saturday. No, it's Sunday. It's a one-day event. I'm going to Indigenous Red Market. So I'll be there for the day. So anybody that's in Oakland or in that area, make sure you stop by, come check us out, or just come and say hi. I can talk now for a while or do stuff because I'm going by myself.
Ooh.
No kids, no baby daddy.
Let's get them on.
But luckily I have some family out there that I'll be hanging out with. Hi, Anthony.
Hey, how's it going? How
Pretty
you doing,
good.
everyone?
How are you?
I'm doing great, doing really well.
Good.
Excited to be on. Thanks for having me.
I'm excited to have you on here. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks.
We've been planning this for a minute.
Yeah, we have. I'm finally glad we're able to make it happen. And
Right.
on the first day of Native American Heritage Month, it's even that much more of an honor.
Kickoff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Perfect way to start it off.
Right.
So we're gonna go ahead and introduce ourselves, and then we could get it going.
Sure
So hi
thing. Let's do
everybody.
this.
I'm Yendi. I'm Cachiquel Maya on my mom's side, and I'm Mexican on my dad's side.
Johnny Nieto from the Tule River Tribe. That's where we're at right now.
And then our guest today is Anthony. Go ahead, Anthony.
Hi, everybody. I'm Anthony Nevarez. I'm Nez Perce and Blackfoot Native American, and I am a Reconnecting Native.
Yeah. And we're going to be speaking about what's the correct term? Fire spitter or
The dragon.
Well, I do consider myself a professional fire performer or fire dancer. Either one is correct.
Okay.
Also, flow artist
And
is
you're
also
also-
another one. Say again?
What?
A flow artist is also another term.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
there's many terms.
And you're also a hoop dancer.
Yes, that is right. I am a self-taught hoop dancer. I've taught everything that I know by myself, and I actually got into that journey the same time I also got into fire.
Nice, man. Squeezing through hoops, huh?
Yeah, and it's definitely something I always wanted to learn since growing up. Going to powwows with my mom and my family. So watching somebody do a hoop dance when I was little, I just always said, one day I'm gonna learn that. And sure enough, once I had the opportunity to pick up a hoop, I made sure that I'm gonna continue this and keep on going with it.
Cool. And the ones that you sent, your hoops that are in that picture you sent us,
Yes.
they glow in the dark?
Yeah, those are all
LED?
LED
Or
hoops
LED?
right now.
Okay.
Those are
Yeah,
bad.
so
Those
each
look
one of
so
those.
cool.
Thank you. Yeah, each hoop has its own different program. So with the change of a button, it changes colors. It has different modes to it. And right now with my LED hoops, I use up to about 10 hoops.
Damn.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's the same, right? The same texture. I'm trying to think because I seen how the hoop dancers do it.
From what I've heard now, I believe some hoop dancers are using polypro hoops now.
Okay. Yeah.
Instead of the wood hoops. So yeah, those are polypro hoops.
Okay, I'm like, damn, that's
plastic hoops. They just have the LEDs inside.
Cool.
Okay, so You said you're a professional. Damn it, I already forgot the name.
Dragon.
Yeah, I'll go with the
man.
dragon too. I like to call myself the dragon of the West sometimes.
Yeah, that's cool.
How did you get into that?
So with the fire spinning, I got into that almost 5 years ago. I was actually in Paris, France, visiting on some friends, and one of my friends that I was visiting was a professional hula hooper and fire hooper as well. So during my travels, I was just there learning how to do the hoop, what she does, learning other circus acts, and just kind of feeling out the flow community in Paris, France. And on the last day there, it was my birthday, and she says, "Hey, it's your birthday. It's your last day here. Let's go spin fire." And I was like, "For sure, okay, yeah." So we ended up going to one of the fire jams over there in Paris, and for the first time, I picked up that hoop, and as soon as we lit it on fire, everything that I learned throughout that whole month, I just completely forgot about it, and it was just like, what do I do with this? So once I just kind of like started spinning it and twirling it around, I just kind of got used to it, and just hearing that fire for the first time, just hearing it go, and it's really beautiful. It kind of makes its own music. And it's just hearing that for the first time, it was just so mesmerizing for me, and I just knew, like, I'm gonna continue this. I gotta keep on doing this and see how far I can get with it. And now, 5 years later, I do about 8 different acts on fire. I fire breathe, I fire eat, and one of the things that I'm really most proud of is, since my first prop was the hoop that I've done on fire, I made sure, since I'm picking up the hoop now, I'm gonna start learning the hoop dance. So once I started learning my hoop dance, about 2 years into it, I started imagining, I think I can do this with fire. So I started building it, and trying to make my own hoops and see how I can position them to create a a close to authentic traditional hoop dance. And again, I use 5 hoops with what I do, and now 5 years, I'm gonna be on the Go Big show, which is like a talent competition, and I will be doing my Native American hoop dance and showing the world for the first time what I can do and what I've created.
The Go Big Show. Oh man.
Yes.
TBS.
And that's coming out in January, right?
Yes, the Go Big show is gonna air on January 7th on TBS.
TBS.
So you could also be a professional firekeeper, huh? We do the ceremonies outside.
That would be interesting. I like that now. That's the first time I'm hearing this. Okay.
I wonder, maybe, and I'm not nobody to say this like that he is, but maybe you're attracted to the fire because you are supposed to be a firekeeper and you're working with it. Like that's your calling.
I can kind of see that, because growing up, just going to bonfires or going to having a little camp out, just seeing right there at the fire, I was always that one trying to tend to it, just right there in the front of it, just having fun with it. So now that I am playing with fire, yeah, it does seem like fire definitely is my passion. I am supposed to be with it. It's supposed to be with me.
Cool. When Where do you normally perform, or what is your next show coming up?
So I've been really secretive with most of my fire spinning. I have performed at Burning Man for some of my other props. I have been in groups, 2 different years, where I got to perform what it's called the Fire Conclave, and that's right in the front circle of Burning Man, because Burning Man's a huge circle, and right before they burn the statue, the wooden statue, everybody circles around it, and all the fire performers and it's like 30 different groups, 24 to 30 different groups that get to perform in this first inner circle. And it's a real honor to really do that and spin fire for this crowd. First time I did it, it was in front of a crowd of about 80,000 people. So it was
Were you nervous?
yeah, I was extremely nervous.
Oh.
Again, it was my first time like being in a big crowd like this, working with the group. And when it happened, like I was super proud of myself. That the next year ended up doing the same thing. And that year was the first time I actually brought out my fire hoops in front of
Wow.
public, in front of other people other than my fire community back at home. And that was the first time where I kind of like people loved it. People were really mesmerized by it, and it really made me feel that I am getting somewhere with this hoop dance, and I do want to continue on learning more and getting it bigger and doing more with it. But yeah, then I was on the Go Big show recently. So I can't wait for that to air out on TV. I'm super excited. Everybody there was such amazing talent. And it was an honor to be on that stage next to so much amazing performers, amazing people there. And it definitely, that was a learning experience, and it was tough work being on there, but it definitely made me realize that this is still what I want to do. I still want to be doing fire, and yeah, I want to be performing what I do full time if I can. And my next
Congratulations
show,
on
thank
coming out on the
you.
Yeah.
show.
So, and then my next show on November 27th, I will be performing in a production of the Nutcracker. It's Lumi Dance. I wish I had my flyer with me.
You can send it
But
to us.
yes, I will definitely be sending it to you. I will send you the flyers. It's on the 27th. We have two
Uh-huh.
different shows on that day, and it's gonna be spectacular. I can't wait for that one. It's again with no fire in this one. This is a lot more family friendly. It's gonna be a lot of LED props, LED lights, and different types of dancing. And it's not just me dancing. We have a whole group behind this. A lot of talented people working on this. Everybody, all of our choreographers, our producers, our director, they're working so hard getting all of us ready for this. And I'm super excited for it. This is going to be this is going to be my first staged performance. And I'm super excited for that. Not only am I going to be one of the dancers in the show, I'm also doing my hoop dance as well. So I'm excited for that one too. So again, um, this is going to be another first for me, for people actually seeing my hoop dance, because
Nice.
I'm very secretive. I'm very protective on my hoop dance right now, because I have been very like, I'm still new. I'm still learning this, and is it ready for me to be
Okay.
out there to the public? But
Okay,
it's
okay.
it's starting to get time. I'm doing this for 5 years now. I should start. I'm trying to push myself to do it more, get out there more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what city is that going to be in?
It's gonna be at the El Portal Theater in Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
And you're in
Yes,
LA?
yes, I am in Los
Okay.
Angeles.
Okay. Sweet. We're up the road. Tule River is like 3 hours up, 3 hours north. Right in
Yeah.
Central
Okay.
California, that's where we're at. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So,
right on. Not too far.
How did you,
My,
okay, so
sorry.
I got a question. How did you start
yes.
getting into that community, or where did you know? Did you already know who to go to get into that community, like that fire community, and like where to go for like where to perform at, or where they would like that the fire
So,
spin?
So actually, with fire spinning in the fire community, I knew people that knew
Oh,
that
okay.
there's a burn club in LA. You should go check it out. But I
Oh,
was
nice.
actually into flow arts for about going on 8 years now, and pretty much flow arts is everything that's fire spinning, just without the fire. So I started off with LED props, with the lights, and I ended up doing my own research and finding different communities that practice at least once a week. I found what's called Venice Beach Burn Club. Every Wednesday night they go out to Venice Beach, right there by the beach, and everybody from hula hoops to juggling to poi, to so many different props, all with different LED props, and then we all just kind of, teach each other new things, learn new things, or just even feel the vibe and just hang out and chill. And that was my first introduction to flow arts and the community. So about a few years into that, I just ended up, asking, like, this would be fun to do with fire. I've seen it on fire before. Like, one day I'm gonna learn. And sure enough, people, they're like, hey, you should check out Burn Club over here in Clover City, and they do every Wednesday night from this time to this time. So sure enough, I was like, I'm gonna go check it out. So I went to check it out. I was so overwhelmed by what was going on. I told myself, okay, like, I definitely want to learn this, but I'm not gonna come back until I first have my own fire prop. Learn how to properly handle fire and have my own safety equipment for it. So that took some time for me to prepare and get confident enough to step into that community. And it didn't take that. It didn't take me until going to Paris to actually, like, kick that in the gear and actually get myself going to that community.
Mm-hmm. That's so cool that you can go somewhere and get advice and try it out and figure it out as you go. You have people supporting you.
Yeah, it is really great that I was able to find this community, because everybody there, they're just they're so loving, they're so supportive, and when it came down to me wanting to learn something new, I only started off with one prop, and then I started growing off to 7 different more. It took time for me to do that, but it also took it took people to, like, tell me, like, hey, I see that you want to learn this. This is how you do it. Here's my prop. Check it out. So, it got me in the habit to, like, what do I want to learn next, and what do I want to try next? And sure enough, I started getting into anything and everything I could, and whatever prop somebody would let me borrow, I knew, okay, eventually I'm gonna get this prop. I know I want to learn this more. I want to learn staff more. I want to learn how to fire breathe. I want to learn how to fire eat. I'm gonna learn it all.
That's cool. You like to challenge yourself.
Yes,
like
I
a
do.
challenge.
I do. Now that I kind of have an idea how to play with all of the props, now it's just like, all right, now I gotta get every trick down.
Mastering it, but then I would think you would then have to just come up with a choreograph. No, wait, how do you say that?
Hey, how's your tortilla flipping skills if you're so immune to fire?
Literally, I'll put the stove on high and I'll just flip it. Quick 10 seconds, no problem.
You thought about that?
I'm totally cool with that.
Damn.
Okay, so this one, I got another question.
You think about that one.
No. What are the long-term effects of Spire spinning? Well, no, wait. I would say Spire spitting.
Okay, well, fire spitting or fire breathing. Long-term effects. Depending on how
you don't know yet. We're gonna find out.
It depends. I wouldn't say there's any long-term effects. If I wasn't properly trained, then there pretty much wouldn't be a long-term effect. It would be instantaneously. If I were to, for some reason, if I were to drink the fuel that is in my mouth, I could easily get chemical pneumonia, or I could go into a coma, and it can be fatal. So it's very important to know what you're doing, to have the proper safety training and proper techniques down. It took me more than a few months. It took me about a year and a half for me to actually get comfortable enough to put the fuel in my mouth. And that was me after like like asking somebody, can you teach me? And I was taught, but I didn't feel like putting fuel into my mouth until I knew, okay, I feel comfortable doing it now that I practiced. But yeah, there is that chance too when I am fire breathing that I can, the fire comes back and hits me in the face. I mean, the long-term effects, it'll be a while for my eyebrows to grow back. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so pretty much it's like you need to get trained first before you start doing it, and then you won't have any long-term effects.
Yes, 100%.
Well, duh.
Well, I don't know. You might need somebody
Well, that's
like
a lot of
just
people are different. I have friends in the community that are comfortable picking up a prop right away and just trying it out, no problem.
Figuring it out just on their own.
Yeah, like I'm totally fine with them doing that, but me personally, I get scared. I want to have the proper training. Dude. I don't want to, I know what it's like to get burned. I've gotten that 1st degree burn. I've gotten that 2nd degree burn. It hurts. And I don't want to go through it again. So I do whatever I can to take as many safety precautions as possible.
So when you're just practicing, do you, as far as clothes wise, does that also have to get fireproof, or would you just like not wear a shirt if you're practicing something, or?
100%. It's no synthetic materials, no polyester, no nylon, rayon. It has to be either 100% cotton, wool. We use what's called the duvetine or stage curtain. And those are pretty much those are fire safe clothing options. And yeah, there is a it's called FireTech. I believe it's FireTech. I could be wrong, but there is a spray. There is a company that has their own spray that you can easily obtain by looking online, and they will teach you how to spray your own clothing for it to be fire safe. It's not going to be fire resistant 100%, but it's going to be a lot more safer. If you're going to be spinning in polyester. Still don't recommend it though, but it will last a lot longer.
Okay. And how do you, like, now that you're getting out there and you're reconnecting with your roots, how do you incorporate it, like both things? Or how do you I don't know, if somebody asks you questions out there like, oh, where are you from? Or they ask about your background, do you just educate them a little bit on it? Like,
so I do let a lot of people know that I am, I do know that I am from Nez Perce and I am Blackfoot. But right now, I am not a part of any of the reservations. I did not grow up in the reservation or actually knowing any of my family members. And it took me to picking up a hoop and to picking up fire to actually, try to educate myself and knowing my traditions. And once I started learning, then my family kind of took interest in what I was doing, and then they started learning, learning their background and taking the different steps to finding out their ancestry. And now that we've actually done that, we actually know some of our family members who are actually on the reservation or who grew up knowing the family. And we are, that's our little foot in the door. We're starting to climb that ladder. We're trying to get all the information we can to just reconnecting to those roots. And I try to let everybody know that this is who I am. I'm reconnecting to those roots. So I am Native, but I consider myself a reconnecting Native.
Your descendant. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And when it comes to my performances, my hoop dance, whenever I do any of my hoop dances, whether it's from the day hoops to my LED hoops to my fire hoops, I always do that dance in honor for missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and Two Spirits. Doing my research when I was connecting to my traditions, this that was an important issue that really stuck to me, and it was something that I always wanted to like learn more and try to figure out like why this was happening, what are the statistics, and just finding out all that information was just really touching and heartbreaking, and it really hit my heart, and I knew that I wanted to spread awareness for this, and I wanted to speak up on it, since it is a silent epidemic that not a lot of people know about, and now, you know, I know that when it comes to being a warrior, it's not all about going to war, going to battle, and fighting something head on. You know, I'm a warrior for this cause, and I'm there to give voice to the voiceless, and to let everybody know that this is happening. That these girls, these women, these people, they still have a voice.
That's good. Yeah. And now that you're getting, while you're out there, let's say like on your shows or performing, do you ever feel discriminated, or are people more interested when you say like you're Native American, like they want to learn more or understand, or do you feel like it's a little bit harder for you to get in or to do something?
That's it's a little bit of both. I know what because whenever I do anything, whenever I put on my regalia, whenever I put on, you know, any of my clothing, any of my native made stuff, or even do any of my dances, I do get nervous. I do get a little bit cautious, just because I know, you know, there is the native community can be online, can be a little bit judgmental, and that does kind of worry me sometimes. I don't want to be seen as me doing something wrong or something bad, but I do know that when I do wear this, I do feel proud. And when I'm out doing any of my shows or any of my photo shoots, I really enjoy when people ask me, you know, what does this handprint mean? What does that mean? Oh, what are you wearing? I do love to say, oh, this is my regalia. I had it traditionally made from somebody that was that reservation in Arizona, and it was specifically made for me. And the red handprint, this is just touches anybody who doesn't
You're
know
cutting
what
off, Anthony.
oh.
Can you repeat that after?
Cutting off the main stuff, bud.
I'm sorry.
After
That was
the
good. That was
handprint.
a good
New
one.
place, we haven't put up the Wi-Fi yet. I'm sorry, where did I cut off at?
You cut off
When
at.
you were talking about your regalia on your
Oh, okay.
pieces and what they were
So
meaning.
yeah, I get like a lot of joy when people ask me what does my regalia mean? What does everything mean on my regalia? What does the red handprint mean? So it really makes me happy that I get to inform people and let people know that who don't really know what this stuff is. You know, like, this is me. This is what I am. This is who I am, and it makes me happy and proud when other people don't know what native culture is, and what, you know, like what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. It's really nice to be able to teach and inform those people, because not only do I get to know more information about it myself, but now that people, my community, who don't know about it, you know, they learn from me too.
That's cool. I'm glad you're getting that good experience with it, and that they're being open-minded enough to ask the questions and understand. And
Yeah,
they
oh,
learn from
definitely.
you.
So it does. I have seen some like different posts and memes on different things
Not for me.
that are inappropriate in native culture, and sometimes I kind of think like, oh, you know what? I have worn my regalia just for a photo shoot, you know, this month. Was that right for me to do it? But then I keep on thinking, I was like, No, because when I did that photo shoot, I did it specifically in mind to, for MMIW, because it was coming up next month, or for National Women's Appreciation Month because it's coming up in a couple days or in a couple weeks. So I do keep things in mind. But when issues are brought up to me, I do like to hear what the criticism is, because again, it helps me learn, it helps me become better, and that's all I want to do.
You're doing a good job. I mean, like, I'm nobody, but from what you're telling me and from what I have seen that you shared with us, like, I don't see anything wrong with it. You know, you take the precaution, and you're learning as well, and got this.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Let's talk about your reconnecting, because that's a big journey, right?
Yeah.
The not knowing, and I'm always like, find the right people, but that's hard too, because there's so much stuff out there. Not stuff. There's so much knowledge, and then you're like having to fact check that knowledge and the fact check that knowledge of who's speaking with you, elder wise or cousin wise, and going to the right people. Because I get questions a lot of like, who can I talk to about this? Who can I talk to about that? It's like, okay, talk to this person, but be aware. But be aware. There's a certain protocols that you have to go through to just steps that you have to go through to understand what this really means and to really connect with. And I'm kind of speaking broad, right? But that's what it comes down to connect to something. So as you learn how to reconnect, well, you spoke a little bit about it, about doing the hoop dance, and I mean that's a blessing right there. Actually lucky too to pull that connection, like, oh yeah, I know this person, I know that person. It's a little bit more on that, on what you're, how you reconnected, and any inspiration or any what do you call it, like
words of wisdom.
Yeah, words of wisdom, or something you could pass on to other people that are looking for that reconnection too.
That are trying to learn about their culture or where exactly they came from.
Because LA's has a good demographic too.
Of a bunch of people that I do look up to.
Connection's breaking up right now.
There are a few people in the Native community.
Anthony, pause for a second.
Oh.
You're breaking up again.
All right, think we're move around.
No, it's still loading up. Where you're still frozen. Hopefully, you can still hear us.
What's up?
Yeah. Well, those that are still listening in, while we're waiting for him to reload or connect back, I want to ask, like, how did you reconnect? Or, I don't know, like, how did they connect, or what would they say?
What do you mean?
Since we're on this subject about reconnecting, and that's like where we're frozen at, anybody out there that are reconnecting or learning, like, how do they go about it? Nothing too specific, but just
do your homework, really, and
I found a relative,
bloodline, descendants, your family tree, figure out your last names and connect the last names. That's kind of like the basic, that you kind of foundation that you start with.
Or do you show up to into that area? Imagine me going to Guatemala and like I wouldn't even know where to. Well, I would just go to my mom's.
Staying over there.
Going to my mom's hometown. I think that's where I would start. So we're going to Guatemala?
Sure. I'm coming back though.
Okay, Anthony. You good?
Yeah, I'm here.
Reconnection to the internet and reconnection to
you. Okay. So what I was saying, there are people in the hoop dance community that I have reached out to. Dallas Arcade being one of them. He's been a real help. During the pandemic, during the COVID, where everybody was supposed to stay home, he was actually doing like little online tutorials, live tutorials. So every so often I would kind of look in and see like what the lesson is and what he's doing, and I would just kind of learn from him. And I would here and there I would ask him questions about, hey, how are you doing this professionally? Like how are you, what are you doing to I guess like for your pay rates, for asking for gigs, or I don't want to be taking anything low, like low priced, if there's a certain price, because in the fire
Mm-hmm.
community you don't want to be taking a low paying gig. You want to be taking like a good paying gig, so that way
Mm-hmm.
it's fair for everybody else.
Yeah.
When people ask, you want to have a certain amount. You don't want to go too low, and that's what I kind of wanted for being a hoop dancer and doing this professionally. If I want to do this dance, I asked him, and I forgot what's his name. He does he does a podcast on YouTube. I can't think of his name. Uh, Patrick is Navajo. I believe I forgot I forgot his last name, but he is a hoop
Okay.
dancer. He
Uh-huh.
does natives react on YouTube,
Oh,
and
okay.
I do look at him for inspiration as well, in what he does. Patrick is just amazing as being an influencer and kind of inspiring people on what native culture is and what his dance is in specific. So I really look to him, and trying to trying to take his practices and trying to apply them to myself. So I can be the best that I can as well.
Mm-hmm.
Those two are my I do take as high inspiration when it comes to learning. I do like to message them from time to time. Patrick, though, I'm still waiting on your message. I know he's busy though.
Oh, Patrick, reply to him.
um, but
Yes.
yeah, there are just so many hoop dancers that even Nakota Lorenz, it's. Um, sad that he's no longer with us, but I am very much inspired by him, and he's kind of the reason why I wanted to learn hoop dance and uh, do it with a twist. Because when he does his hoop dance, he does a lot of like street dancing or different types of dancing, not traditional stuff. So when I came to wanting to learn the hoop dance, I definitely thought, okay, like it doesn't have to be 100% traditional. I can make it my own. And when it came down to me also learning fire, it was definitely much more of a bigger inspiration, because he was implementing different styles of dance with the hoop dance. Why can't I implement fire with the hoop dance? And that's why I wanted to bring start that up and create my own fire hoop dance.
Mm-hmm. Quick question about the fire hoops. Is the whole hoop on fire?
So with that, I have 5 hoops, and each hoop has at least one spoke that is on fire. But I have 7 spokes that are on fire simultaneously.
What is spokes?
It's like a stick with what looks like a little marshmallow at the end, and
Oh,
that's what goes
okay.
on fire. And
Oh.
it's about maybe a couple inches, 3 inches away from the hoop. But I that they have to be precise with my dance, because since the hoops are sticking out, they can easily get connected and tangled up with my hoops, and then I won't be able to get into the eagle or do the butterfly or do any of those moves that I love to do, and it just kind of ruins the whole dance. So I had like when coming up with this routine, it had to be a routine. It had to be, if I'm going to do these moves, I have to position my hoops this way so I can get into each move smooth and without
Mm-hmm.
any trouble.
And do you where can people see these dances or like fire hooping? Do you have like a, I don't know, like a YouTube channel, or where can do you have this out there for people to see?
Right now, I have been very secretive on it. I've only done it at Burning Man one time. The
Oh, that's
At
right.
the
You did say
show,
that.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
The Go Big show. Again, I encourage everybody to
No
watch it.
spoilers. No spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers, but I encourage everybody to watch it because I will be bringing something very, very new to the table, this
Okay.
is going to be the first time that like I'm going to be doing this performance in front of the world.
Oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
super
So
excited for that.
it's called Go Big Show. For those that are listening in, Go Big Show. It's coming out January the 7th on TBS. And do you know if you're going to be coming out on the first episode, or do you have an idea of like
I
when?
have no idea
Okay.
when it does air on the 7th. So
Okay.
I definitely encourage everybody to watch from episode 1 to the very last episode because it is going to be a very intense, very very amazing like show or season. It is definitely going to be a very good season.
From the trailer that I saw that you have on your Instagram, it's very
Hmm.
different than your other talent shows. Like it's more, I would say, more fire involved and more like risque performances.
Extreme.
Yeah,
Yes,
extreme.
there is a lot of intense performances, a lot of extreme acts, and again, it's everybody there is just so amazing. Like I couldn't believe that I got to stand next to a lot of these people. Like it was amazing to see what kind of talent there was. Which again, like I can't wait to see like everybody to like watch it because everybody was just so amazing.
So all of you guys, you better go watch it.
It's not even out
Mhm.
yet. Relax.
When it comes out, we're hyping everybody up right now.
Yes,
You got to meet
hyping
Cody
everybody up.
Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, the wrestler.
Oh yeah, I got to meet Cody Rhodes,
Oh,
Rosario Dawson.
It's the
Oh
judge.
wow,
Looking at the judges,
T
man.
Pain.
okay. I
It
was
The
was
gonna say
it
T
was
judges.
Pain.
The
I was
judges.
looking at T Pain. I don't know who the wrestler.
Snip Dog said.
Jennifer Garnett and Burt Kreiser. It was amazing to meet them and like just what they told me after my performance and what I was doing. It was really a big highlight, and it's definitely encouraged me to want to keep on
No
going.
spoiler.
No spoilers, but like I can't I'm excited to I'm excited for the world to not only see what I'm doing but like hear the reactions of the judges because it was
That's
something. It was
exciting.
something.
You're gonna be on TV.
I'm very nervous for that. Yeah, so many emotions just thinking about that.
Yeah,
Don't worry, don't worry.
it's good though.
But send me any like
He's still alive, obviously.
Yes, I'm still alive. I didn't spontaneously combust. I didn't catch fire.
You can always tag us or send me any videos that you want me to share about the show. So just share it with everybody as well. I'll try to check in on your Instagram page to share what you post.
Definitely.
But if you ever want to, feel free to send it to me and I can share it on our Instagram and Facebook.
For sure, when it airs out, once I get the actual footage of that performance, I would definitely, I would let you give that to you. I was wearing your clothing, your vest that you made for me. So I'm very happy and excited that I got to bring something native made specifically for my
OIT
performance.
on TV?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
It didn't catch on fire, did it?
No, it was perfect. If anything, the fire just made it highlighted it.
Oh, that's cool. No, yeah, they had to fireproof it. I had to send it to him early in order for him to send it. No, this is what we were talking about earlier. How your clothes
it's not that big of a spoiler. I would have done it myself at home anyway.
But we have to send you the vest early, so that way you can send it to somebody to fireproof it. So
Yeah, yeah,
So that
because
you put in.
it was brand new. I definitely, you know, I definitely didn't want to ruin that first, you know, on my first performance. So, or on TV too. So I wanted to
Right.
like go through extra steps before getting myself out there that I wasn't gonna burn alive.
Yeah,
Thank
cool.
you for wearing that.
Thank you too,
It's an
yeah.
honor to us for
It
you
was
wearing it, and
it's always an honor to, you know, to have something native made and to be able to like, you know, wear it with pride, and especially to like that's actually my first you know, like fire ready, like fire safe outfit. So anytime I'm gonna be spinning fire now, like I'm glad I have those vests, and
and you can
I'm
reuse
gonna
them,
keep on
huh?
coming. Yeah, I can keep on
Cody
reusing them.
Rhodes seen our
I'm
best.
still gonna get more. I still need more.
Who's that?
The wrestler.
I'm more worried
Cody
about. No,
Rhodes.
I'm more happy about T-Pain and Snoop Dogg.
Cody Rhodes seen our best.
But yeah, I'm glad I got to have them. And again, I'm gonna be getting more from you.
That's my dad's favorite.
Thank you.
My dad's favorite wrestler, Goldust's brother, Cody Rhodes.
Really?
I'm just kidding. He's not his favorite.
I was about to say. Right, he must be
But yeah,
jealous.
that is his brother.
I actually got to talk to him.
Yeah.
Got to look at him eye to eye.
Wow. Were you nervous?
I was extremely nervous. Yeah, like I was nervous. Like, am I gonna mess up in what I say? Am I gonna stumble? I didn't want to fall during my performance. There was so many things happening that I was going through my mind. Anything and everything. Murphy's Law happened during the show.
Oh.
Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. Everything that didn't go wrong didn't go wrong.
Oh. Well, we're so happy for you. We're excited for the show to come out. We will be watching it. We're gonna slowly start wrapping this up. Did you want to say anything else? Speak on something that we didn't bring up, or
I believe we covered up everything that I would say is pretty much 100% me. It was such an honor to be a part of this talk and be a part of this. Thank you so much for having me, and especially on November 1st on Native American Heritage Month.
Yeah,
it's an honor. It's really an honor. It's really a blessing. I'm looking forward to this journey and where it takes me, and for sure, this won't be the last time you see from me. Nope.
Won't be the last time. But Anthony, thank you for blessing us to come on our show with us, our podcast. Thank you for sharing everything that you're doing.
Man. Gee, that's a lot.
It was a good learning experience of what you're doing, how you're incorporating your culture, learning everything, and hopefully somebody out there takes in a bit of what you shared and they start their journey, or maybe get out there a little bit. And thank you again. I'm so excited for you, for your future, anything new coming your way. Blessings.
Firekeeper.
I would love to come up to you guys and actually give you guys a fire show. Definitely. I've actually never been a part of a powwow. I've been to powwows, but I've never been actually in the circle. I've always been the one watching. So it would be a very
up here with the kids, with the res kids, though.
It would be an honor and a blessing to be a part of it, though. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to. Definitely.
Keep in touch with us. We can figure something out for you, help you out, or connect you with people. Or
I would love that. Yeah, I would love that so much.
Connect.
Yeah, you're just down the road. Yeah.
Yeah, no, just a hop, skip, and a jump away.
Yeah. Just a poop away. All right, Anthony. Thank you so much again.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Keep in contact.
Take care. Good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Oh man, that's cool.
That was cool.
Yes.
That was cool. Can you go through a fire hoop?
I can't go through a regular hoop. Huh.
That was pretty cool.
Catch my hair on fire.
All right, guys. What hairs?
All the hairs on your leg. All the hairs on your leg.
More. All right, guys. We're going to end it here now because he's going to get too lippy on here.
Spin wheel this week only. at OITClothing.com. Nice seeing everybody again. We're going to go, well, get some kids, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Watch your kids now.
Bye,
guys.
We saw.